I picked her. They threatened me. I don't care. They told me she was the wrong one. Not because she did anything wrong. Not because she hurt anyone. But because she didn't fit their mold. She didn't come from where they wanted. She didn't act how they expected. She didn't play the game they've been playing for years. So when I said she's the one I want, it didn't go quiet. It went violent. Words turned sharp. Calls turned into commands. And suddenly, everyone I thought loved me started saying things that didn't feel like love at all. They said I was throwing everything away, that I was embarrassing them, that if I kept choosing her, I'd lose everything. But you know what I told them? Because when someone gives you peace, real peace, not the kind you fake in front of people, you don't let that go, just because others are uncomfortable. She never asked me to fight for her. She never begged for validation. She never cried about not being accepted. She just stayed quiet, still, strong, and it made them hate her more, because she didn't try to prove herself. She didn't apologize for being who she is. She didn't bend or twist herself to make them feel better. She just was. And in a world full of people pretending to be perfect, her honesty made them itch. So the threats started. If you stay with her, we won't support you. If you keep this up, you're cut off. She's ruining your future. But what kind of future is it? If I have to leave behind the one person who makes me feel whole. They think power means control. But real power is choosing love even when it costs you comfort. And trust me, I've lost things. Family dinners don't feel the same. Some numbers on my phone haven't lit up in weeks. People who once said we've got your back are suddenly missing in action. But I've never felt more sure. Because when I look at her, I don't see chaos. I don't see rebellion. I see clarity. I see a woman who loved me through the noise, who held my hand when others tried to pull me away, who never once asked me to choose, but silently hoped I would, and I did. I picked her, not out of defiance, not out of spite, but out of truth. Because when it's real, you don't ask for permission to keep it. I didn't know people could turn on you so fast. One day they're all smiles, calling me smart, saying how proud they are. And the next, stone faces, cold voices, words that feel like weapons. All because of one decision. I picked her, that's it. Not a crime, not a scandal, just a choice, a real one from the heart. But apparently, the heart doesn't matter much when people are more invested in appearances. They wanted someone who looked good on paper. A safe pick. One that matched their image. Someone they could parade around, show off, and say, look how perfect everything turned out. But that's the thing. I'm not looking for perfect. I'm looking for peace. For honesty. For someone who holds me steady when life pulls hard. And she did that from the beginning. When I was still figuring myself out. When I didn't know how to say the right things. When I still flinched every time someone raised their voice at me. She didn't fix me. She didn't try to. She just stayed. Patient, present, and real. And that's what scared them. Because they saw something in her they didn't understand. A calm that couldn't be controlled. A confidence that didn't come from money, status, or reputation, just from being herself. And when people can't control something, they try to destroy it. They told me she wasn't one of us, that she didn't understand our world, that I was letting emotions cloud my judgment. But love isn't something you calculate. It's not a checklist. It's not about what makes everyone else comfortable. It's about what makes you feel home. And that's what she is to me, home. Not flashy, not loud, not perfect, but safe. And no matter how loud their threats get, I won't unsee what I've seen in her. I won't unfeel the peace I get when I'm near her. I won't unlove her just to gain people who only love me when I obey. Because that's not love. That's control dressed as care. They can say I'm disrespecting the family. They can say I'm throwing away opportunity. They can even say she'll leave me one day and I'll regret it. Let them, because if standing by her means standing alone, then I'll stand alone with both feet on the ground and her hand in mine. And to anyone watching this, if you're in that place where choosing love means losing people, let them go. Because real love never puts you in a position where you have to betray yourself just to keep it. I think what shocks them most is that I didn't fold because they're used to getting their way, used to seeing people bend under pressure, used to watching fear work better than truth. They threw it all at me. The guilt, the shame, the "we raised you better" speech. And for a moment, yeah, it stung, because I didn't grow up being taught how to say no to the people who said they loved me. I grew up being told that obedience meant love, that keeping things neat, quiet, and clean meant I was doing the right thing. But I've learned something now. You can keep things clean on the outside and still feel dirty on the inside if you're not living in your truth and being with her. That's my truth. It wasn't a rebellion. It wasn't some dramatic choice to prove a point. It was clarity. I saw who really cared about me and who just cared about control. And let me tell you what they hate the most now. It's not just that I chose her. It's that I'm happy. I'm peaceful. I'm not hiding. I'm not second guessing. They expected me to run back, expected me to come crawling once the silence grew too loud. But I didn't. And I won't. Because I wake up beside someone who doesn't measure me against an image. She sees me, not my potential, not my name, not the version of me they tried to shape, just me. And that's rare. They don't like that. They don't have that kind of power over me anymore. They don't like that. She didn't try to impress them, that she didn't beg for approval, that she didn't try to earn their acceptance through fake smiles and small talk. She didn't need to, because she wasn't there for them. She was there for me. And I saw that in the way she held my hand when their words started cutting, in the way she told me, "I'll leave if this costs you too much." But she didn't walk away. And neither did I. That's love. Not just showing up when things are soft and easy, but when it's loud, messy, uncomfortable, when you're being pulled in every direction, and someone still says, "I've got you." That's why I chose her, and I'd do it again. Even knowing everything I've lost since then. Because what I've gained, peace, realness, a love that doesn't ask me to wear a mask just to be accepted, so they can keep talking, keep warning me, keep threatening to shut doors that were already closed from the start. I don't care anymore. I picked her. They threatened me. I don't care. There's a moment that still plays in my head. The day I finally said it to their faces. I'm not leaving her. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't argue. I just said it calm and clear, like I'd been holding it in for too long, and it was finally time to let it breathe. The room went quiet. And then, one by one, the masks came off. The people I thought had my back started showing who they really were. Suddenly, I was ungrateful. I was throwing away my future. One even said, "You'll regret this when she's gone, and we're not here to pick up the pieces." I didn't respond, not out of weakness, but because I knew the truth would speak for me. They never loved me for who I was. They loved the version of me they could control. The one who nodded politely, who stayed in line, who dated the type of person they picked, wore the right clothes, smiled at the right events, and kept the peace at all costs. But peace at the cost of your own soul isn't peace at all. They don't understand what she means to me, how her presence alone quiets my storms, how just hearing her voice changes the way the day feels. They don't see how I come alive when I'm around her, because they're too busy being angry that she didn't come from the same world they worship. But that's exactly why I love her. She didn't walk into my life trying to rearrange me. She didn't look at my past and flinch. She didn't ask me to prove myself. She just showed up, real, whole, grounded. And when you've been around people who love with conditions your whole life, that kind of love hits different. So no, I don't care if I lost their support. I don't care if the phone calls stopped. If the family group chat went silent. If they don't invite me to every celebration like they used to. Because what they don't realize is they freed me. By trying to punish me for choosing her, they showed me that their love wasn't rooted in care. It was rooted in control. And when you take the control away, they have nothing left to offer. But she stayed, even when she knew they didn't like her. Even when I was torn between family and future. Even when she said, if this is too much, I'll understand. She never once tried to guilt me. She never asked me to choose. But I did. I chose her. Not because I had to. Not because I was trying to be dramatic. But because I saw the difference between what looks good and what feels right. And now I sleep better. Laugh more, feel lighter, because for the first time in my life, I'm not living to make everyone else comfortable. I'm living for the person who makes me feel safe, who sees my flaws and doesn't flinch, who stood beside me when everything else started falling apart. That